What's up guys, CB Bricks here coming at you with another LEGO Star Wars MOC showcase. Today I'm going to be showcasing another mech suit, and this is the Death Watch D-01 Flamethrower mech suit. And now if you don't know what Death Watch is, it is basically a Mandalorian splinter group that was stationed during the Clone Wars, and they tried to take over Mandalore. Now obviously it didn't work out too well, but you can go check out the story for that with a link in the description. I will leave a link to the Wookiee page, the Wikipedia page. So basically I have another mech suit. Now this is by far my most detailed and probably bulkiest mech suit that I've built, and probably my favorite. Obviously, since it is a mech suit, it has a figure in there, and there's actually a windscreen here using some transclear pieces. I like the angle that that creates, and it opens in multiple different, hinges. So you can open that up, and you can open this one up as well to reveal easy access to the Death Watch figure in there. And you can also lift these up as well. And the figure sits nicely in there. I'm not going to take him out just because it's kind of difficult to fit his hands in there, but essentially that's just how he fits. And I really like how everything just kind of closes up. Just like that. Now speaking of aesthetics, I really like the overall feel of this build. I use a lot of those 1x2 grill pieces, the slope grill pieces. I really like how those look. And I also used a lot of those droid bodies around and droid arms, as well as binocular pieces. Another thing that I did, and I kind of made an effort to at the start of the build, is add kind of an interesting leg shaping here. It's kind of like a chicken leg almost. I really like how that looks. Kind of reminds me of the Transformers movie series Starscream or something. These arms are also at somewhat of an awkward angle, but obviously that was the point. You can see it's kind of coming out and in. The elbows are a little bit awkward. One side has a hand, as you can see, which is it's the same design that I used in my last mech. And on this side, I have a flamethrower, hence the name Flamethrower Mech Suit. The back also has the large gas canisters where you're feeding the flame fluid into the flamethrower to attack other whatever, or burn stuff down. And obviously, because the Death Watch had available to them pretty dark technology, the mech suit in this sense might actually make sense, even though it is obviously in my weird imagination of the Star Wars universe, not very canon at all. But you can actually take a flame piece if you want to and plug it into the top there to add a flame effect. But for the ease of the video, I'm not going to have that in. In terms of articulation, I have lots of different points. At the waist, you can see there's hip articulation in and out. I wish I had ball joints, but I don't have the new ball joint system yet. So hopefully I can modify this in the future. 2 joints in the knees, one there and one there. In the ankle, there's a swivel there. Using kind of the same techniques as the hips. But there's a swivel there, and all the toes can rotate. The shoulders have rotation up top, have another shoulder rotation there, elbow rotation there. You have a swivel there due to stud friction. The hands are on stud friction as well, so they can be swiveled and go in and out. A little bit difficult, as you can see, but they can be rotated in and out, and each of the fingers are rotatable. I don't really like the gap there, but I do think it kind of adds to the mechanical feel of the whole thing. On the other side, it is very similar in terms of articulation, except there is no hand. So other aesthetics, there is actually, you can kind of get a look at the inside. There are these large panel pieces to cover up the gaps in there. And they're actually also used to make it easier to take the figure out. Another thing, I always like to use those grill pieces. So you can see those 1x2 dark bluish gray grill pieces and binocular pieces. I use those as well. One thing I made an effort to as well to do was to make it very sturdy. So I used a bunch of snot techniques to keep this thing sturdy and so that it wouldn't fall apart. It is a little bit difficult to actually stand it up because of the interesting orientation of the feet and the legs, but it will get the job done. So with that out of the way, guys, I think that's pretty much it for this MOC showcase. So if you would, go ahead and like this video and subscribe if you want to see some more awesome LEGO MOC content like this. So thanks for watching, guys.